It's been literally 24 years since I've played Morrowind. I see a familiar face we all remember. I tell him my name.
What's your name?
Simon Steelborn. In fact, I come from a long line of stillborns. I mean, Steelborns. Simon Steelborn. But what do I do now? I remember some strategies on how to play the game efficiently. I remember how awful the melee combat has aged. Yeah, we're not seeing Bethesda do a remaster of Morrowind. There is no way the Zoomers are going to play this without Subway Surfers running over the top of the game. But I digress. I do remember a lot of things, but what I don't remember is visiting the entire map. I guess you could say this has taken me 24 years to attempt. Now, my channel name is OneWithTheBS, so I think it would be apt I give myself a bit of a BS challenge. So I decided I have to remove the entire fog of war of the overworld from the game map.
What are you, retarded?
Every single pixel has to be revealed, every inch of the landmass, every little island, and even the DLC island of Solstheim. You know, the place where every NPC can basically one-tap you if you're not a million levels deep in the game already. Catch is, I can't die. I die, I reset the run. That's the stakes. To keep me in check, and so this whole video isn't a meme and so you believe me, I've live streamed this to an audience on Twitch. They'll happily confirm in the comments that this actually happened and isn't a deepfake conspiracy of a video. Why do this challenge? Why not? I've already played the crap out of Skyrim's 4 re-releases on PC, which doesn't include the 17 console releases, and I also went balls deep on the Oblivion remaster. Considering my great-grandchildren will enjoy Elder Scrolls 6 when I'm dead and gone, I felt no choice but to go back on an older Elder Scrolls game and try a challenge. Because that's the theme of this channel after all. Get it? Becoming one with the bullshit challenges. The world of Morrowind, Vvardenfell in particular, is vast in vistas and points of interest. Shit. You'll see many different locations representing the cultures of races and tribes of Dark Elves that made the location their home. Even though the graphics have definitely aged, the game still has mad charm, and it's easy to become immersed by all the world building. So immersive, it even features bigotry.
Khajiit has no words for you.
Something the future Elder Scrolls relaxed on, including the use of slurs. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. The N-word.
You N-word.
Say what?
Before any purists ask me if I've modified the game, the only mod that I've used in this run is a grass mod, to make the land more alive and feel immersive. The original version of Morrowind is just a bunch of plain textures. I hope it hasn't ruined the video for you that I've put some sprinkles on top. And of course, I'm running the game on Open Morrowind, or Open MW, which nerfs a bunch of glitches and unintended features Todd Howard and his team baked into Morrowind all the way back in 2002. However, there's still some cheese left for us to abuse. But we'll get back to that a little bit later. Now I need to fess up to you guys watching, I'm a little bit rusty. I no-lifed this game when I was a wee fella, about 12 in fact, and it literally makes me clasp my chest when I say it's been 24 years since Morrowind released, as of this video upload. So bear with me a bit. This challenge is going to be tough because I'm going off of ancient memory of how I played the game back then, and from the odd video I've watched online over the years on YouTube. I guess that makes it a bit extra spicy for the challenge as I'm kind of relearning the game as we go along. I remember the ending of the game and how you basically spend the game buffing up your character getting distracted with side quests, then you're up visiting this guy, then beating the crap out of a Ha and GG. Sorry for the spoilers, it's been 1/4 of a century since this game came out. Harry, relax. Alright, they'll be able to watch the introduction without, you know, clicking off. They're not going to become bored because people's attention spans are plummeting. We're cultivating a viewership here of like-minded individuals that are going to sit through an introduction. Alright? Sorry guys, my producer Harry here thinks you guys need Subway Surfers on the side to watch this, or have stakes like, I'm going to perform fellatio on 10 wood elves in 10 minutes, otherwise 10 cliff racers will spit roast my character to death in 10 seconds. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This isn't that kind of channel, and you're not that kind of viewer, I hope. My initial start to this challenge is going to be bumpy, but I'm pretty hopeful that I can clear all of Morrowind's fog of war on the map without dying. Let's crack into it. The plan to do this is a bit simple, but I'm open to adapt and change the course as I go along. From my very rusty memory of playing this back in 2002, I know that the DLC location of Mournhold on the mainland has a lot of good spellcrafters, and through them I could make some good spells after I've grinded enough money and stats to eventually create speed and jumping spells. Those spells will assist me in essentially bunny hopping across the entire map at high speed to reveal everything. Only issue would be is my health. There are plenty high level NPCs in the game that catch you off guard and essentially knock you out and two-tap you.
Get out of here before you get hurt.
Something I can't risk in a no-death run. Alchemy will be the solution to this. And if you are an Elder Scrolls nerd, you would know that every single Elder Scrolls game has been broken to some extent by alchemy. Exploit or unintentional mechanic? I don't know. Maybe you guys should ask Todd Howard. He'll probably say the extremely potent potions you can make in Morrowind is an intended feature, and it just works.
It's not, I'm not kidding.
So I'll probably just make a fortify health potion that makes my health high HP for a long period of time. The journey begins, business as usual with Elder Scrolls. You wake up as a prisoner being freed from your bonds. Daddy G-Ub tells us it's time to go. And now, I'm telling an elderly fellow that works for the government
Yes, we've been expecting you.
all my personal details.
You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released.
You'll go no further until you have your papers.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain Now, before your father gives you a child, it was very embarrassing. You will show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
I told him that I'm the great Simon Steelborn, a sorcerer. I also picked the Shadow Star sign, an easy way to go invisible for 60 seconds and bugger off out of a situation that's out of my control, seeing as I can't save scum in a no-death run. As I'm playing, some memories are coming back to me. I remember there's a bit of a strategy at the start of Morrowind you can abuse to make some quick coin. You see on the shelf here, there's a valuable item you can take to a merchant and sell. But if you outright pick it up in front of these NPCs,
Go there!
it will be seen as stealing. And the guard will take it off of you, unless we use
cheese.
You pick up the item and then quickly drop it on the floor. The guard will give you your first and only warning ever in Morrowind that stealing is bad and against the law, and it's only reserved for billionaires. Once his dialogue menu is closed, the item on the floor is now, quote-unquote, clean, and not considered stolen goods. It's kind of like money laundering, I guess.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celes Gravius.
I take that and pick up a few more trinkets along the way. And now, I'm good to make a bit of coin at Arral's trade house, just outside.
I offer the best values in town.
Okay, it's actually insane how sluggish and slow you feel with low acrobatics and athletics in Morrowind. So I'm going to focus on leveling that up first, because moving across the map at snail's pace isn't going to cut it. But how could I do that, you ask? Just play the game and naturally progress over time? Or do a cheeky shortcut? Look, sorry, Harry. Look, I'm taking the path of least resistance, because this is going to take forever. In Morrowind, you passively level up your athletics by running around, increasing your move speed, and you level up your jump height by, well, you guessed it, jumping. Also, you can get a little bonus XP boost for acrobatics by surviving higher falls and losing HP, but I can't be arsed with that. I have other plans. I'm going to use the old school methods of getting this done like I did as a kid. No commands put into console, just straight up spamming the jump key. But how can I speed up this lengthy process? Just standing still and jumping on the spot? That's going to take me several generations to get to 100 acrobatic skill points. And then I saw it, the lighthouse at Seyda Neen. with the perfect staircase to use as a platform for jump spamming. You see, in Morrowind, so player models don't get stuck on staircases, the developers give a low ceiling clearance for the player model to move up on. However, if the player spams the jump key, they immediately land at the first pixel of each step. This gives me the ability to spam lots of jumps in a short space of time and level up the skill very quickly. And so, our jumping journey begins. Okay, let's not do that again. But just that was 10 points. As I was montaging through acrobatics, I accidentally got stuck under a wooden beam, with just enough headspace for my character model to jump. So it ends up, I can actually jump faster like this, and that's how I triggered some childhood memories. No, not my father leaving for a packet of cigarettes. I mean, I had memories of me doing this all the way back then. This is how I did it when I first played. It's much, much faster doing it this way. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. As you can see, we have Olympic levels of jump height. Still, my running speed is kind of cheeks. I need to now boost up my athletics, otherwise a trip from one town to another in this game is going to feel like the Lord of the Rings. And look, to some of you guys that are uninitiated, there is no fast travel in Morrowind, unlike Oblivion and Skyrim. There's boats you can take to other provinces, or ride these things called silt striders for a fee.
Why walk when you can ride?
But otherwise, you have to traverse Morrowind the old-fashioned way, with your feet. Like with acrobatics, I'm trying to speed through leveling this skill the most natural way possible, like I would when I played back in 2002. The cool thing about Morrowind is there's an auto run button, so all I have to do here is find a safe place in the starting town of Seyda, Neen, and then hug a wall. Note, with auto run on and nothing interrupting the movement, it's 0.02 experience points per second gained whilst running. According to the unofficial Elder Scrolls wiki, it's 0.03 XP points for auto swimming in a river. So if there's any nerds about to pop off in the comments that I should have swam instead, please crawl out of my arse. Thank you. Alrighty, let's check on Simon Steelborn and see how he's going.
What's this about?
Evidently, I started building up an audience with the locals.
What's this about?
Slowly but surely, getting there.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Let's hear it.
Where are we at now? We're at 15. Dear God.
Any time now.
They won't get bored, Harry. They need to see the progress of my character. Alright, fine. Here's Subway Surfers while we level up.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
Now that I have both acrobatics and athletic skill points maxed out, I can truly start my biblical journey on wiping away all of the fog of war off the map. I couldn't just dive straight in first. I'd have to do some side quests in a typical Elder Scrolls fashion and gear up, so I don't just die out there to some beefy NPC. Ladies and gentlemen, our first mud crab of the day. Looking at this little fella, you'd think this would be straightforward. How about thee, villain? However, Morrowind plays like a tabletop RPG under the hood. Every time I take a swing at this mud crab, I'm basically rolling a hidden 100-sided die. I have to pass a check of my weapon skill, agility skill, and how much fatigue is left on my green bar. Starting a fight with low fatigue is going to give me a 25% debuff on the rolls. So I guess if you haven't played Morrowind before, and you decide to, don't forget to stay swole. I knew at some point I'd be needing plenty of ingredients to make custom potions. So where I could, I'd pluck every flower and mushroom possible. If my memory doesn't deceive me, I remember a little wizard fella falling from the sky just outside of Seyda Neen. And on his body is a bunch of scrolls of Icarian flight. These scrolls on use send you thousands of feet into the air, and if you don't use another scroll as you fall or land in water, it's pretty much going to kill you on impact. Just like it's about to kill this wizard, Tariel. Unless I do something unintended by the game to save him.
So there's his scroll, I think, on the ground. And then we should see him load in here in a second. There he is. Let's see if I can catch him. I caught him.
I wanted to see if I could somehow keep him alive for science.
I saved the bastard. Let me see if I can have a chat with him. I don't want to talk about it. Unlucky. Can I barter? I can't do anything with him. This is GG, I reckon. Goodbye, good sir. It was good knowing you, Tariel. Alright.
These scrolls will come in handy. I'll eventually use them to fly into the Red Mountain endgame area, which is surrounded by an energy field made up of lost souls that blocks the player's entrance. That's if they haven't progressed through the main quest. Something I don't intend to finish to beat this Fog of War challenge with the map. For now though, we do a little side quest sidetracking to get enough gear and skills to beat the challenge.
Why won't you die?
I'd say it's time to complete some quests at Seyda Neen. The first being the death of a taxman. The taxman being Proccius Vitellius.
What is this tax record?
Mysteriously, the local tax collector has been brutally murdered and his body left to rot in the swamps outside of the town. Getting back safely to town shouldn't be much of a drama as it's just across the water.
Oh, fucking Christ! Get out, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. I forgot about those. I could actually die. I don't want to reset. I don't want to reset. Let's go the long way.
I'm too lazy to go all the way back around, but I also can't take the risk of being killed in water by, of all things, a bloody fish. But I remembered I have a Jesus Christ spell I can use. Water walking.
Okay, what? Nah, now we got it. That'll get us across. No dramas from the piranhas.
Alright, I'm back in town and bumped into a guard. And this guy, he couldn't even bloody be bothered with the whole affair. He's pretty much telling me to go tell the government official inside the office if I could be asked. I guess they don't pay these guys that much.
Okay, let's go report this. Yes, indeed.
Yes, friend?
The murder of Proccius Vitellius. Murdered? What a waste. Proccius was a good man. I had been wondering why we hadn't heard from him in a few days. Still, these are dangerous times we've lived in, and these sorts of things will happen. Did you happen to find the tax money he'd collected? I hate to be so callous, but I do have a job to do. Not at one point did he mention the family. Where's the body? How to recover the body? None of it. Not a damn thing. I'm keeping the money. If he had more empathy for the guy other than, nah, he's just a good man. Where's the money? He didn't have anything on him. No? It figures, I suppose. Well, thank you for letting me know what happened. All right, we continue.
With that bit of pocket money made, I figured I'd do a couple more quests here in town since I'll need a bit more, because I'm going to be spending so much on spellmaking and alchemy equipment later. Before the nerds pop in and exclaim,
As an Elder Scrolls veteran, I must say, you could steal the alchemy equipment instead.
yeah, well, I'm trying to make an honest living here and I need the coin for spellmaking, which I can't actually steal. At least to my knowledge. Anyway, at the top of the trade house, this Nord bloke, Hriskar Flatfoot, offers a job. That is, to snoop on the local wood elf who's suspected of pinching other people's shit in town.
I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place.
And he's stashing it somewhere.
I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there.
Logically, the best vantage point to find out what this guy's up to would be the lighthouse. You know, the place where I cheesed a whole bunch of acrobatic stats. From there, you can pretty much see all of Seyda Neen.
Go ahead, stranger.
There he is.
Stranger, my time is short, so
The dodgy bastard operates at night. We're gonna go all the way. Skip till it's like, I don't know, midnight or something. Nighttime. All right, it's 11 p.m. That's nighttime in my books. Where is he? Gotta suss him out.
It took a while at first for the quest to kick in, and for the NPC to start moving. I had a couple false positives.
There he is. No. Or someone else.
Lucky for Seyda Neen, I'm an Aussie detective and not a member of the LAPD. Our target, Fargoth, finally made an appearance.
Oh, here he is. The sneaky little bastard. Where's he going? He's still sneaking around. He's definitely hiding it in that puddle.
Now that he's buggered off, it's time to suss out. Gold and a lockpick. Pretty sure the Flatfoot fella will be happy with this.
I have the bastard. Mr. Flatfoot, we're in business. You found his hiding place? That's great. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold. You can keep anything else that you found in there. Thanks for your help.
I trade in the stolen goods and it's essentially 300 gold back for a 100 gold as a reward. If you want to get nerdy about it, I've increased my disposition bar with him as a result, but he doesn't trade or give us any more quests, so...
Sometimes it's just not worth giving these people their gold back, is it? You know what I mean?
Now, here's one who can hold their own. How are you?
He's happy to see me.
I kind of cucked myself by turning in the quest. Like, ideally, you just take the goods and leave town and start a new life after changing your name. That way, Flatfoot doesn't split your head open like a coconut and find where you live. Knowing Morrowind NPC AI though, he'll probably just chill at the top of the trade house in Seyda Neen for the rest of his days, so I just should have kept the money. But it is what it is.
I'm going to ask him about Fargoth's hiding place. Your hiding place, mate. I don't have a hiding place, at least not anymore. Suck my balls.
Okay, so I haven't moved far yet, but I've got a little bit done and some gold to make this challenge work. This is all about setting up the foundations for a good run as things get more difficult the deeper we go in. I've had a bunch of stuff sitting in my inventory for a while. It's time to equip the drip.
I am...
Oh, interesting.
A sorcerer. 'Tis I, Simon Steelborn. Pleasure to meet you.
Now that my work is done in Seyda Neen, it's time to go north.
Please don't die. Fuck it, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Alright, I'm out.
I'd probably say that's my first proper near miss because my fatigue was at half, and when it's at 0, being hit can knock you straight to the ground and you just get kept in a stun lock. So we'll come back here another time.
So what's this one? Oh, no. Okay, we're not ready. We are just not ready for that, okay? We're just not ready.
The next province I visit after Seyda Neen is La Oad.
Speak, traveler.
To be honest, not a lot going on here for me right now.
This is just a little fishing village on the bitter coast.
But I'm essentially waiting for an assassin to spawn on me and fight me. If you have the Tribunal expansion pack installed, like I have, after you leave the safe haven of Seyda Neen, at any level, when you rest outside, there is a random chance an assassin from the Dark Brotherhood will spawn to try and shank you, prison style. This triggers the Dark Brotherhood questline and opens up the ability to travel to Mournhold, where from my memory is a location I can get some good spells crafted from the merchants there. It's okay. I know there's going to be veterans of Morrowind who've played the game for a quarter of a century telling me there's a better way in the comments. But I'm going off of my memory instead of reading a min-max guide on a wiki. It kind of defeats the fun of this challenge, does it not? Sorry. I'm probably coming off as a bit of a snarky bastard, alright? Look, I just know some nerds get pissy in the comments about this kind of stuff. Fudge them, alright, Harry? Alright, the ADHD is real with this video.
We're just gonna keep going along the coast here and just hope I don't get memed.
There's a shipwreck just below the town and there's some half-decent loot to harvest here.
Just wait a sec. I'll get my magicka back, I think.
It's also a good cheese location to fight the said assassin, if I were to have a sly little siesta.
Can I rest outside, even though it's risky?
There is no escape.
So, I've had my siesta, but I've also had a derpy moment, right? I rested to restore my magicka to be in preparation for this moment, but the actual event of an assassin attacking you interrupts the sleep that restores your magicka. So, as a sorcerer, without magicka, I'm kinda cooked.
Let me live.
I ain't letting you live, mate.
Let me live.
I ain't letting you live, mate.
I cannot take anymore.
I don't know if you can see it, it's so foggy.
Let me live.
Is he drowning? What's happening? Why is he...
This will not go unnoticed.
Okay, we've glitched him out.
You'll be disgraced for this.
I think you will, mate. You're cooked. In fact,
it appears I have a little bit of a problem. I can commit to the fight and probably die as my character sucks at melee, or I can use that moon shadow trait that evidently came in handy from my character selection menu. The one that makes me invisible for 60 seconds.
And leg it.
I flew it back to Seyda Neen and triggered the Tribunal campaign and access to Mournhold by reporting his ass.
I'd love to report to the guard, like, hey guard, I've just been attacked, but you say you've been attacked by assassins? From your description, it sounds like the work of the Dark Brotherhood. I'm not sure who you angered, but stay away from me. I suppose this stuff should be officially reported.
As usual, the guard is as helpful as a concrete parachute.
I gotta speak to Apilius Martius at Ebonheart.
I'm definitely gonna need some healing spells for this, so I reset at the trade house and buy some more spells.
So time to restore health.
I should just go back to Ebonheart to gain travel access to Mournhold. However, I still need more gold to buy the spells and alchemy kit I want, and from my recollection, the Dark Brotherhood armor sets always made good money. So, with my magicka restored and some more tools under my belt, I strafe jumped all the way back to the boat.
Ah, we're at the boat again. No, I got stuck in the water, This is bad. This is real bad. I think my jumping acrobatics is saving me here. Okay, fireball.
Unfortunately for the assassin, this time, I have magicka restored, and I'm going to use the ledge of the boat to my advantage.
Come back then, come back then, you little bitch. Come back here. Jeez. It's pretty tanky, I'm not gonna lie. Oh! Oh! Don't die! Alright, we got him in a good spot. We got him glitched. Come on, cast.
With all of the Dark Brotherhood armor farmed, I pick up some of the diamonds and other goodies I missed. And now, I'm back on track to finally heading to Mournhold. But to get there, I need to go to Ebonheart and find my ride. My ride being a bloke by the name of Apilius Martius, brother of Biggest Dickus.
What's funny about Biggest Dickus?
Ebonheart. So we're all the way down here now. I guess I'll bring in the Dark Brotherhood gear to...
Anytime now.
I think I saw him walking the battlements. You might check up there. Okay,
Go
so
ahead,
up here.
You have my attention.
Go figure, he'll be up in here.
Go ahead, stranger.
We found our guy. What's this about the Dark Brotherhood? You say you've been attacked by them? The fact that you're standing here seems to suggest otherwise. I mean, you prick. Like, I've got their gear in my pockets. I don't know who it is that wants you dead. And I don't want to know. Dark Brotherhood activity here on Vvardenfell has been almost unheard of. But I know they have a large contingent back on the mainland.
So now, well, according to Mr. Martius, I now need to find a lady by the name of Asheen Rain. Looking for Asheen Rain, I got a little sidetracked. Figured I'd read some books to potentially level up some random skills. I figured I'd rest my character and then suddenly found myself under guard.
I literally can't move out of here without fighting him.
The NPC had randomly moved to the front of my door.
This is what we call not ideal.
But no matter what I did, or how long I waited, he just stood there like a stunned mullet. This evidently became a problem, as I wasn't saving. This is a no-death run after all. Morrowind autosaves when you rest, and the last time I rested in this game was way back at the shipwrecked boat. But even if I wanted to load a save, I can't, because it's against the self-imposed rules. So I'm in a bit of a pickle here. Resting in the bed seemed like a good idea to create a lapse in time, and maybe shift the NPC from the door.
I'm gonna try and...
But evidently, the game had more bullshit in store for me. You think, even with the primitive NPC AI of 2002, they would have made these guys a separate faction from the guards.
I have you.
You know, that they were in an enemy state from each other. So the guards would come in and save me. But instead, they just stand there, whip out their smartphones, and start recording.
This friggin' game, dude. Bro, he might actually kill me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You bloody bastard. Why you do this to me, huh?
I'm listening.
You're not. Get out of my way. You friggin' dog. Get out of my way. You blocking me. You're blocking me!
Viewers suggested that I type TCL in the console and no clip away from the door, but I really wanted to stick to playing the game without any commands and deal with all the bullshit that is thrown my way the old-fashioned way.
Are you serious?
Please!
Okay, I think the door could result in some magic here. Let's see.
Out of my way, bud!
It's kind of pushing him. Huge. What say you? Fucking hooray. That's what I say. Silly bitch. Did you see what I was going through? Jesus Christ. So rude.
I finally found Asheen Rain. She's gatekeeping us from taking a portal to Mournhold as there is a blight plague spreading from the Red Mountain. Basically, it's the Rona virus from Morrowind. I inform her about my dramas with the Dark Brotherhood trying to kill me.
I can see why you'd want to get that cleared up. That's dangerous business, though. I can't say I'd be happy to send you off on that sort of fool's errand.
And then she does me a solid and lets me pass through.
Take care. Those people are not to be taken lightly. I'll send you there when we've finished speaking. Alrighty then. We've made it to Mournhold.
Justice never sleeps.
Upon my arrival, I don't far-ass around the Royal Palace or fish for any quests there.
Good for the Empire. Good for all. Citizen?
No, I'm here for the merchants. Anytime you sell to a merchant, gear higher value than their own.
Okay, I'm listening.
So we're going to sell all the Dark Brotherhood gear to this fella now. Make some money.
They'll just drop their pants right in front of you and change into what you just sold them. It's always a bit of a crack up, I'm not gonna lie.
We've made some good gold here. We're getting some armor, goddammit. Heavy armor mage. I look like a barbarian.
I introduce myself to Genie Andre and get to spellcrafting. Morrowind gives you way more creative freedom than Oblivion and Skyrim. And with this creative freedom, you can create spells that damage and heal you at the same time.
Level, casting, cheese. Done.
This is so you can level up restoration and destruction skill points very quickly and stay in a constant cycle of cast spell, sleep again, cast spell, sleep to regain magicka, and so on and so on. Alright, time to move on. After leaving the Great Bazaar, where all the merchants were at, I went over to God's Reach and got a little sidetracked. I didn't have that much money left after purchasing the spells, so I thought I might do a quick and easy quest. Or at least, so I thought, right?
You see, my usual bouncer, Grub, didn't show today. Probably got lost in the pavilion again, the orcish ninny. Anyway, would you be willing to stand in for him? All you would have to do is make one sweep through the bar crowd. If memory serves, we don't get too many people coming and going this time of the day. What say you? Are you up for it? Yeah, sure. I swear, if my character gets killed because of some like high-level drunk, I'll be pissed. But hopefully we just get a bit of pocket money.
It shouldn't be a problem, Harry. We're literally surrounded by other NPCs that would jump in if it got out of hand. I'm taking the risk of a possible confrontation with an NPC. It's not like I'm going to be fighting a demon or a Skyrim giant that's going to bludgeon me to death with his 12-inch cock. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Here's what you have to do. Go around and talk to everyone in the bar. If they're too drunk or unruly, throw them out. Report to me when you're done.
A tourist.
Make it quick.
Are you drunk? Damn you, you dirty high elves, always causing problems. That's right. I've never met a high elf I liked. I say we should just ship them all back to to wherever the heck they came from and build a wall between us and them. Why don't you calm down a bit, Mutt? Not for the likes of a dirty high elf like you. I can say whatever I want and nobody can stop me. Nobody! So you're gonna have to leave. Please come with me.
Gotcha.
No, I'm not coming with you, dirty high elf. Who knows what revolting tricks you'll pull when we're alone. Get away from me. You won't take me in, you can't! Oh!
Okay, so this is awkward. I can't use spells or weapons as that would kill him and make everyone around me hostile and fail the quest.
Oh! This little fella's beating the crap out of me.
A slight complication I have on my hands here, no pun intended, but my hand-to-hand combat is so low that I'm basically just shadowboxing my demons right in front of him now.
Can we hurry this along?
I can't punch him. Oh my god, dude. Alright, hold on.
And every time I swing, I'm exhausting my fatigue, which, when it hits 0, allows him to knock me out and then kick my teeth in like I owe him money.
Bro.
What do you mean? I told you so. Look, guys, I know this is getting a little tedious, but I can't let Harry think he's right. It will just shift the power dynamic in our working relationship. Do you understand? This isn't about completing the quest anymore. All right, let's give this another crack.
Can we hurry this along?
Yeah, all right,
Don't
just...
stand about.
Dude. Have I got a stand potion? I got nothing.
You know what's crazy? In the editing suite, this actually went on for about half an hour. What you're seeing here is basically the theatrical cut.
All right, as soon as I get up. Come on. Fucking bitch.
You chose the wrong button.
All right, here we go. He can't reach me. What? All right, now he can't reach me. That was actually terrifying. Because if I die, that's it. It's GG. Oh, and I just ate like all my magicka for that. Oh, little shit. It's terrifying. Alright, he's eating shit. Knock him out if you must, but don't kill him.
No one can challenge me.
Well, this is just awkward. Dude.
You like to dance close to the fire, don't
you? Dude, I don't have anything leveled up for this fisting. He's literally going to spread my cheeks. This is...
What assistance do you need?
Then. Say something or move on.
Okay, for the sake of all of our sanity... Oh my god, dude! I snuck outside and returned back inside to see if it would reset his position or aggro. Like, I guess I'm kind of hoping that I could reset the quest, you know?
Does he come running down for me? He does. Alright.
Evidently, he's still pissed.
Fudge that quest. It ain't worth it.
The money isn't worth it, and I still have an entire map to remove the fog of war from. You know what? Mournhold, it's a silly place. Harry, let's go back to the island.
I can see Seyda Neen right there, where we spawned. Just in the distance.
There's a free bed at the bottom of the census office in Seyda Neen. Here I can rest and level up my character as I level up destruction and restoration skills with the cheese spell I made. However, my peanut brain forgot that high elves have a 50% weakness to fire, so the spell I made actually takes a bit of health from me each time I do this cast. It's no big deal though, I just gotta pay attention to my health bar as I do this.
I'm locked in, it's just gonna...
I'm gonna fess up here. I've made some poor choices, and I'm not sure whether I should call it here or somehow save scum. I did promise you guys a no-death run whilst revealing the entire Morrowind map. Before I decide how to proceed, I think it's best I seek counsel at the Temple of Bullshit. Hello there. I seek counsel from the video game elders. Is that Todd Howard himself?
I am Todd Howard.
Okay, man of few words. I come before you to seek advice for your game. I just spent hours upon hours grinding in a no-death run and cheesed myself out of existence.
How can this be?
Yeah, I'm telling you now. Look, what great wisdom do you have for me to give it another crack?
Sometimes it doesn't just work.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes shit does just happen. In fact, I'll try something I just remembered doing once many years ago. This time, I'll head to Caldera and sell all my goods to that friendly scamp, the one that looks like XQC. He essentially buys goods off the player at full value, so I'll make good money from him to then buy alchemy equipment from the Mages Guild, and the most expensive ones. Why alchemy? because this time I'm going to focus on breaking the game with potions. Morrowind has grown a reputation over the years for people making light of the fact that the game can be trivialized with some unintended crafting options that leads to breaking the game. With that in mind, I'll then head to the Wolverine Hall at Seyda. There's an alchemist there who I can infinitely buy and sell ingredients from to cheese my intelligence stats with potions. With those boosted stats, I can then craft unbelievably potent potions. The most potent kind of potions. But it's been a while. I'll have to find the alchemist.
My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
Nah, not this guy, but it kinda looks like him. Well, gee whiz, Todd. That moment of clarity has really helped me there. You're the best. Alright, I'll run it back. Okay, this time I will be Simon Steelborn the second. I spawn, run straight to the wizard fella, and pinch his gear. Leg it to the Taxman, and trade in the quest this time. However, this time, we kill the murderer of Proceus.
The murder of Proceus Vitilius. That fetcher, you're damn right I did him in. That is no excuse for murder, and your punishment has been decided.
You're beaten.
Oh shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Killing the murderer ended up giving me a sizable gold coin reward, and now his shack. So that's technically mine for storage now. Then it was on to meeting up with Thavir, the Taxman's widow, to give her his ring, or their ring. I don't know, but it's a quest on top of a side quest. Stalk the local thief again, take that money and buy a fireball spell, loot the boat again, fight the assassin. Fireball!
We Gucci.
And now my second journey truly begins. I make my way to Caldera. Crossing the swamp wasn't a big deal. It just took some time getting past all the little critters. Reaching the mountains into the next biome on my way to Caldera, I made contact with the Cliff Racers.
Well, that solves that problem.
Even though I'm low level, I figured I'd test if I could take them on, and kill them with the fireball spell I just bought. If it didn't work out, I'll just hit the Moon Shadow invisibility trait and disappear.
Oh, we can take him. We can take him. We can take him.
Okay then, not as dramatic as I thought it would be. Well, until I stumbled on whoever this is. I was super sketched out because they're walking super fast like they're enchanted or something. Keeping in tradition with getting sidetracked in this video, I could have gone around them and head on to Caldera just down the road, or I could investigate. Fudge it, I'm gonna go investigate. Again, we need money.
Hello there, traveler. Hey there, yes, are you interested in making a deal? Making a deal? If you'd be willing to take me there, I'll give you... No, I shouldn't. Although, it is a dangerous trip. All right. I'll give you the boots of blinding speed. I want more speed. That seems to be quite a high payment. The boots of blinding speed are a rare find and wondrous thing. Never mind. I've made the deal, and I'm an honest woman.
I accepted the quest because I figured, even though I intend to break the game with alchemy, I'm still gonna need some coin, and fast boots will come in handy, no doubt.
Oh, I've got to escort you, don't I? That's why she's walking so fast. She's got those boots of speed.
You would figure following a road would be straightforward, but god damn it. For someone who paid me to protect them, they sure like fucking off at Mark 10 speed at the sight of any mud crabs.
Oh, what are you doing? Yo, calm down, man. God. Are you mental?
We finally made it to our destination without her Irish dancing off into the sunset.
Well, this is close enough. Thanks for your help. I suppose it's only fair I give you your reward. Here, take them. Though it pains me to give them. You are now the owner of the boots of blinding speed. Speed. Goodbye. It was a pleasure working with you. Let's chuck these on. Did you just cook me?
Oh, I appear to have been had.
Oh, that's the trade-off. I can't see a goddamn thing. I'm blind. So that was the lore of the quest the whole time. That's why we escorted her.
Boots live up to their name. Boots of blinding speed.
What the There's no way to disenchant.
If you want something, now's the time to talk.
Yeah, I want my eyes back.
Harry, I really should have seen this shit coming. I don't know what's worse, the con job or the accidental pun just then. Anyway, Anyone in the back care to backseat game for a moment? What could I do with these boots now?
Excuse me, Mr. YouTuber, but you could create or buy a potion of Fortify Magic Resistance and build it up to 100%. When you equip the boots, it'll remove the blindness debuff and you can now run with the extra speed.
Huh. Cheers, Mr. Well-informed Morrowind player, but I reckon I'll just sell the boots later and cheese my speed stats with the broken alchemy potions I intend to craft. But I appreciate the heads up. Alright, looking at my progress removing the fog of war on the map right now, like my last run, it seems like it'll take forever to do it at this rate. But I personally believe everything will snowball once I've broken the game with alchemy. And then I'll turn my character into the Flash. Time for Simon Steelborn to return to Caldera.
Let's see what this guy wants.
God damn it. It's happening again. Yes, I definitely have the big D. ADHD, that is.
I need help finding the festering witch who has robbed me blind and left me for dead.
So after reading his life story, I discovered that this Nord, Lomar Winesot the Nipples, was betrayed by a mage and he wants blood.
Find her and extract her entrails together.
I mean, anything to make some extra coin. I'll try and help him find this woman. After getting jumped by an assassin, I was starting to think I should keep this NPC as my little gimp slave to fight enemies for me. All I'd have to do is just ignore completing his quest and he'll follow me to Mordor and back essentially. I digress. I've got more juice to sell now from the assassin. Speaking of which, it's time to take Winesot Hard Nipples to Caldera town and find that scamp called Creeper who buys everything at 100% value. So far, I've made a lot more progress in the first run. And discovering this town will no doubt be a snowball moment from here on. Now for the scamp. He ended up being inside Gorak Manor, a venue with a bunch of orc merchants.
Say your words.
And here's the little fella.
You're creeping. Alright, huge. So this is the guy who has 5,000 gold and he buys face value. So if I sell him this, bang, 1,000. This is your get rich quick scheme.
I'm not selling the blinding boots of speed, you know, just in case I find a use for them down the line. But I'll be honest, I'll probably forget about them and there'll be absolutely no payoff for them being in my inventory at the end of this video. But this isn't a Hollywood film. This is a silly YouTube video. So fudge it.
Alright, so that's 5,000 flat. Bang. Offer. Huge.
I got Winesot the Hard Nipples stuck on a balcony and then buggered off to get some drip.
I got some stuff to do. I'll catch you later.
The new kicks were immaculate.
Jesus Christ.
Leaving the town, I saw another NPC standing behind a tree. It really seemed like Caldera is just a massive hub of catatonic NPCs waiting for you to save them from their trials and tribulations. I really shouldn't have bothered since I didn't finish the last quest, but I talked to the orc. Bogrel is his name, and it's suspiciously close to what Aussies call toilet rolls. A bog roll. Unfortunate name for the orc, but this wasn't his decision. It was Bethesda's.
You're one of the town bosses, right? Are you about to help me? I'll give you a present. Come get me soon as possible when you know. You can now. I am hiding by the tree, near a rock, and another rock.
I take his note back to Caldera at his request to deliver it to another orc, and I have second thoughts of leaving Winesot on the balcony.
He's still going up though.
So I unstuck him.
Here we go. I'll bring him out of there.
I give the orc lady her note.
Say your business.
Return to Bogrol, and he gives me, in his words, a rock as a thank you. The rock is a diamond, however. That's some easy money right there. Just when you guys watching are getting sick and tired of the old we did this quest and we did that quest, Winesot the Nipples and I were both maliciously attacked by rodents. Keeping my brother from another mother alive was proving to be a challenge when he kept attracting the attention of every single f***ing critter under the sun.
Is he gonna die? He's got two of them on him. Alright, huge.
So I went out of my way to look for this lady he had a beef with.
Tell me what this is about.
You have taken this man's axe. Explain yourself. I don't think he's ready to get that back quite yet. I can see still the rage is burning in those tiny gnawed eyes of his. However, if he meets me in the 3 days at the Mage's Guild in Caldera, I will return everything I have of his, but not a minute sooner. Tell him...
Oh, her story is very different. By the sounds of it, it seems like Winesot is actually an incel who's been rizmaxing and couldn't take no for an answer when approaching her.
I may not be waiting another 3 days to have me bloody axe. When it is in the hands of that damned witch, I'll side with you. No, I believe Saucier.
You should have picked an easier opponent.
Also, she's a part of the Mages Guild and I'm going to join them and utilize their wares. So, speaking of the Mages Guild, I joined them here at Caldera.
I'm waiting.
Purchase some spells that'll come in handy, like summoning minions, and you know, the holy grail of cheese, the alchemy equipment. After grinding a bunch of BS quests for hours, I can afford the master versions of all these goods. Don't you do it. Don't say I could have just stolen them from somewhere. Relax. Step away from the keyboard. The comment section doesn't need you today.
The Mages Guild. Join the Mages Guild. Yes, you look like the sort we could use. That easy. Perform any duties assigned to you by the masters of the guild. Learn from them and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from another guild member. Does this appeal to you? Yeah, simple. You are now a member of the Mages Guild. That easy.
After that, it was time for a little bit of sidetracking, but again, more gold, more resources, eventually equals success. But with that comes risk, of course. So before I had to head over to the Wolverine Hall on the other side of the bloody map, I thought I'd take a peek at the Ashlands and go to this shrine. The Asra... yeah, I'm not reading that. Look, the Ars Shrine, alright? Inside are some evil Daedra guys that are really strong and reflect damage. So I have to be careful casting my fire spells on them and watch my health along the way. The thing about these guys in Elder Scrolls is they are the big, bad, scary guys. But if you utilize this simple strategy that destroys the brain of every single NPC in any single player, you too, like I'm about to, can destroy the Daedra with ease. It's called standing on top of something high off the ground. Brilliant.
I have this whole place to myself now. Beautiful. Now what have you got for me? I will take the juice.
Okay, time to go see XQC again at Caldera to sell the weapons.
Guards! Assistance!
With the money acquired, some upgrades were in order.
Yes.
What's this then?
Now, let's do some calculations for a second. I need to get from Caldera on one side of the world map to Wolverine Hall all the way on the other side. Yes, Harry, we could most certainly walk, but do you think I'm educationally subnormal? The Mages Guild is right here in Caldera. I can pay a mage to teleport me directly to the Mages Guild in Wolverine Hall now that I'm a member. Like this, Harry. Quite straightforward. Now you may argue that I could have just traveled across the map and removed the fog of war in the process of going in that direction. However, once I've got this alchemy cheese factory on the go, walking will be all but completely obsolete because I'll be literally a fighter jet once I'm done. How do I become said fighter jet? Well, it's quite simple. As I mentioned earlier in the video, at some point I intend to abuse the use of alchemy, as there's a few tricks you can do to scale the power of it very quickly. You may think of this as a glitch or I'm using cheats. No, this is Morrowind, just as Todd intended.
That doesn't mean you should do it.
The process begins here at the Wolverine Hall in Saedrith Mora. There is a gentleman by the name of Anios Otrus.
What's this about?
He sells potions and alchemy ingredients. He vendors asham and bloat, which are ingredients for fortifying intelligence. There's two sneaky loops this guy contributes to. The first one being his stock immediately restocks after purchase. So I can essentially sit here trading back and forth making good money if I were to eventually boost my personality points with a potion, getting good discounts on items and then reselling them back to him at a higher value. All right, we'll fortify intelligence some more. We're at 78. I'll try not to bring politics into my videos, but maybe that's how the billionaire class of our society became billionaires, by abusing alchemy. The second loop is the scaling of alchemy power, making the potions I create more potent, but also more valuable. The loop is simple. Get the ingredients to fortify intelligence. Create potion, drink potion. Now you make stronger potions as a result. Repeat the process, then profit. Oh yeah, I didn't just discover this, Harry. I learned this passively years ago watching many YouTube videos covering Morrowind. This specific strategy in Wolverine Hall, that is. I'm pretty sure everyone who's played this game knows alchemy itself is broken. This strat popped up in my head during this run, and probably the option I should have gone for straight away instead of dicking around in Mournhold. Alright, now that my intelligence is the literal embodiment of the millennial over 9000 meme, I can make any potion give me insane, godlike stat boosts. This includes speed and health, the two I specifically need to fortify. Kaguti Hide will fortify my speed, but, and here's the big but, I should have got the Moon Sugar. Even though Moon Sugar will make me a crackhead, it doesn't have the negative debuff of Drain Fatigue. I'll also need ingredients to make health potions, so I make my way to the alchemist next door at the Sage of Mora markets.
I don't have a lot of patience for questions, Outlander.
Too much, Outlander.
Alright, I finally found the house. This one right here. Dunmer Alchemy.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Oh dear. Did you borrow that outfit? From a Gua?
Relax. Alright, I'm working with what I got here. Okay, there's the hide. There we go, we got the short resin. Alright, sold off me diamonds to trade off the money. I appear to have over-cucumbered myself. So, a Fortify Strength Potion comes in handy to get my haul of resources over back to the Wolverine Hall. Then, I'll begin my mad scientist routine with the potion making. Here we go. This will take us straight to him. It's time to become a god. Okay, so, a minor error in judgment. The Drain Fatigue debuff will drain all my stamina, right? I figured as much. But I forgot that it would drop me to the floor and keep me on the floor for an entire 526 seconds. Fortunately, my intelligence wasn't boosted enough to make that 20,026 seconds. Otherwise, I'd have to leave my computer on for about 5 hours whilst I slept on the floor. Again, the tragedy of not being able to load up a save, because I'm an idiot and I decided to commit to a no-death run and no save scumming run, purely to add some stakes to the video. Evidently, boosting my willpower will keep my player from dropping to the floor.
Go ahead.
Okay, I can safely say we've become a god now, or at least a demigod. Because I haven't got the ingredients yet for a Fortify Health Potion, as you can see here, moving at ludicrous speed, I can very easily take damage. Oh, we've got to be careful of that. Marshmallow is great for restoring health, but it restores from the point of damage, and I only have a small amount of health points at low level. So if I run off a cliff at high speed and hit a wall, I'll instantly die. Making boosting restore health potions will be a good band-aid for the small falls, but I immediately prioritize making a Fortify Health Potion. So if I take 45 damage on the hit, I die, so I gotta be careful. So far, this is what I've revealed on the map, but before I can go any further, I go back to the market and get what I need for the Fortify Health Potions.
What, Outlander?
Oh dear.
Now, time for Fortify Health. Let's go. Yes, Harry. Now we are a god. I kinda let the power go to my head and mindlessly went down the map at high speed, killing stuff. This newfound power gave me the confidence to randomly enter dungeons without a care. I was no longer worried about being two-tapped by some meme of an NPC. Here, at the Reviro Ancestral Tomb, I took out all of my early game frustrations on a bunch of vampires. We're gonna farm these guys. Fortify bloody strength. And that's what I need for my little potion. Oh, did a bit of a Sharon Stone then. Get the hell out of here. I've accidentally added a new element of danger to the challenge. I'm now so fast, and for so long, it would take me several business years to wait out the effects. With how fast I'm going, if my Fortify health potion runs out, I'll just hit a wall and be pulverized and instantly die. The trouble is, I can't remember exactly how long my Fortify health potion went for. I'm pretty sure it's something like 100 IRL hours, so it should be good. The game plan. While not exactly a rocket science, I'll go in an anti-clockwise rotation of the whole mainland. I'll clear through the island at the top left that is Solstheim, then use the jumping scrolls of Icarian flight to get into the Red Mountain area. I gotta be nosy now. The Sanctus Shrine? Down on here.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
Yoink! Go! Bit by bit, I chipped away at the north. I have to keep zooming in on the map to make sure I don't miss a single pixel of the Fog of War. Otherwise, one of you nerds watching will definitely make me very aware of the fact in the comment section down below. No disrespect, you know who you are. Oh! What are you doing to me? Yeah, I don't want to get stuck here or something weird. Let's just ignore those. Alright, sick. With the Shira Gorad region now cleared of the Fog of War, it's on to the next now. Bit of an orc area, and they're not happy with me. I literally can't aim at them, that's how fast I'm moving. Do you know what? I don't need something weird to happen like the damage reflects on me and then I kill myself in game. Let's go. Levitate 10 points. There you go. 30 seconds. It's probably going to crash the game the way I'm going. The northern western area done, Solstheim is now on the menu. For some of you watching who were not born in 2002 and were most likely a protein in your dad's nutsack, Solstheim is basically Skyrim, but in Morrowind. It's the home of the Nords, and you can see the aesthetic of the island as a primitive Skyrim experience, minus the giants sending you into the stratosphere.
You have no business being here, stranger. Leave now.
Alright, suck my balls.
You fight on
Quell. That was Solstheim. Completed it, mate. Time to head home and finish the job using those Icarian flight scrolls. You know, the ones I kept all the way from the start of the run. God, we're coming in hot! Ugh. Using the flight scrolls was mostly to get me inside the Red Mountain area without having to do the main quest, but it gave me an idea. Something that had totally slipped me this whole time. What about levitation? I can't believe it. I'm an actual spoon. It's basically no-clip mode in this game where you can fly in any direction without falling. Damn. I really should have done this from the get-go. There's another nice camp here. It would be a shame if their god wouldn't listen to them in this time of need. I'm just too goddamn fast. I can't do anything. So one complication I have is the fact that I've used so many speed boosts for movement speed. I'm now outpacing the game engine loading up areas, which is lagging out my game. I'll make fast progress doing it this way, but it's just awkward and... Wait a minute. I think I just fell through the floor. No! Are you fucking serious, bro? I think I've worked it out. So because the game is not keeping up with my character's speed, my character is basically moving in limbo whilst the map's geometry loads in, which is basically a barrier for the player model once it exists. I just need to move in the direction where the map hasn't loaded in yet, and I'll spam the W key at ludicrous speed and hope for the best. Alright, I did it. That was eventful. Alright, let's finish this challenge.
Ah, yes. Tel Branora. And the last block was Genesis. And what a cinematic ending. The sun has risen. Quite happy I finished this because it actually became an ordeal trying to remove all the fog of war from the land of Morrowind. And there you have it. The challenge is complete. And right before a beautiful sunrise too. As you can see here, I've cleared the entire overworld map of the Fog of War. There's not a brown pixel left on it. And if you do see one, I'll pretend it's a coffee stain. So don't get antsy in the comments. I know you want to be picky, but this wasn't a 100% completionist run of the quests. This was a bullshit challenge to not die during a run and clear the map. The Fog of War, that is. And dare I say it, I've done it. And I think I'm now one with the bullshit. All right, let's see if we can kill him with drain health. Simon Steelborn had become a god. I even tried to kill him, but he is truly untouchable. He's untouchable, fellas. And so this is where we leave Simon, to rule all of Morrowind as its sun god. What about me? Well, Harry, you and I are not done. The world is still burning outside and I cannot be arsed facing it anymore. So I'm going to bury my head in the sand like everyone else and think of a new bullshit challenge in a game. In fact, what about Project Zomboid? Maybe the worst spawn possible in that game? I reckon that's one for next week, mate. And to you guys watching, cheers and be one with the bullshit. All right, Harry, turn the camera off.